For whatever reason, be it accident or illness, there is approximately 1 amputation per 1,000 inhabitants, or about 450 amputees for a city the size of Geneva. This film has been made to demonstrate how different people live their daily lives at home or outside the home using an artificial limb. Our goal is not to discuss why amputations are performed, the materials used, or technical aspects. Gerald's serious cardiovascular problems resulted in having both his legs amputated within an 8-month interval. After 3 very difficult months, with the help of his wife, he began living a relatively normal life again.
We're enjoying ourselves now that we no longer have to watch the clock. What we can't do today, we'll do tomorrow. We used to live on a tight schedule, 35 minutes for this, 40 minutes for that. But now we lead a stress-free life.
Benoit's foot was amputated after an accident. However, his situation is better than most. He is young, the amputation was not the result of an illness, and above all, he still has his knee.
Even before my handicap, I wanted to learn to dive, but I never had the time. I'd say to myself, shall I do it? Shall I not do it? And then I had my accident. My wife offered me diving lessons for my 30th birthday. It was a sort of diving baptism. She said, you may be handicapped, but you can still dive. I hesitated at first, saying to myself, I have an artificial foot. Can I do this? But then I thought, it's like a baptism. I'm going to try. And I loved it. I found a really good group of people who also had health issues and physical problems. They helped me. They told me I'd enjoy it, and it was great. So I did it, and now it's a real passion.
Due to an illness that is quite rare today, Mireille underwent an amputation through the middle of her left leg 30 years ago. She has a determined nature and definitely wants to remain attractive. She refuses to use a cane and walks around town with great dignity.
I don't want flat-heeled shoes, they're not nice. And besides, since I'm small, high heels make me seem taller. Oh, my shoes. Oh, my shoes, yes. They're lovely. Your legs look beautiful. High heels. You walk. It's beautiful. It gives women a graceful allure. Beautiful legs. My prosthesis is so well done, you wouldn't know that I had one.
Charlie is a bon vivant. It is with zest for life and a sense of humour that he tells his story. He is a diabetic and underwent an amputation through the middle of his thigh less than 8 months ago.
I love life. It's been generous to me. I led a full life for 20 years. I love meat. I love good wines. I smoked. When I was 18, you had to smoke to be a man. But I got caught up in it. I smoked 3 packs a day. Yet in spite of multiple warnings, what had to happen happened. My arteries got blocked. My wife doesn't like it when I joke about it, saying, my body sent the bill, but I could no longer pay.
Benoit performs a ritual every morning and night. The stump of his leg needs to be kept clean.
I apply a hygienic cream to the stump of my leg to avoid friction. Friction's disagreeable because I have very sensitive skin. So I apply the cream, put my prosthesis on, and I'm ready to go to work. It's a ritual. The stump of my leg is sacred to me. I'd rather avoid having problems with it, because if there is a problem, I won't be able to wear the prosthesis.
Mireille can perform even difficult household tasks. In spite of all her problems, she has never given up.
They take care of you at the hospital. You have people around you. If you want something, they'll bring it to you. Then you come home. You're alone. And say to yourself, how will I do the dishes? How can I do, well, the housework? I couldn't do anything. I had a wooden leg. For at least, let's say, 3 years, it was very difficult. Well, not very, very difficult, but difficult. Took time to stop using crutches, time to adapt to the first leg. They call it the provisional leg, because the stump of your leg is so... Well, then 4 or 5 months later, the second artificial leg is already better. You have more balance. Then you stop using one of the crutches and you begin to feel alive again. Then you know you can make it. My glasses are more of a bother than my leg. I simply put my leg on in the morning. I wash myself, rinse my leg and put it on and it's done. But I have to put my glasses on 10 times a day.
Gerald's return home after 4 months in hospital was not easy.
There are things I can do now that seem so simple. Although in the beginning, I thought I'd never make it. Like when I first had to get into bed. They began teaching me at the hospital, but I said to myself, I'll never be able to do that. At the hospital, you have handposts to hold on to, so I said to myself, I won't be able to do it at home without the handposts. But you see, I can do it. In the end, you have to accept the fact that you will have to use a wheelchair the rest of your life. You have to adapt. Sometimes I feel fed up. When I used to walk, I'd complain and say I want to sit down. And now that I'm sitting down all the time, I would love to walk. But don't misunderstand me. I don't think about it all the time. You shouldn't be constantly thinking about it every day from the moment you wake up. You shouldn't go on and on and on about it. Some days I don't think about it at all.
After his amputation, Benoit rapidly did all he could to find work and achieve greater autonomy. He encountered numerous obstacles, but with the help of his wife, he made it.
I wanted to get my professional life rolling again. Things grew less complicated and more stable after a year's convalescence. A full year of doing nothing, and then what? I wanted to move on. I was 25 years old at the time, and I wanted to move on. Sitting at home doing absolutely nothing, being taken care of by the National Accident Insurance for 720 days before maybe receiving state-funded disability insurance was not my cup of tea. No, I wanted to get back to an active life right away. I didn't want to lose time in convalescence, but I had to fight so that the disability insurance would take me on before the 720-day period was up. It was difficult. My lawyer had to go and pound his fist on the table to tell him that I was fed up and that my waiting around doing absolutely nothing all day at home was ridiculous, that I could easily begin an apprenticeship right away. I finally got a call from the disability insurance telling me that I was very lucky, that my case had priority and I'd be treated quickly. It was as if I was asking for charity, but I wasn't. I wanted to get back to work as quickly as possible. I had to be very strong to get such a big insurance system to act.
Charlie is cheerful and confident. He has real enthusiasm and the will to continue living a normal life in spite of the amputation.
Nous avons acquis des poignées et des barres de sécurité.
We installed security bars, we bought a raised toilet seat, we demolished a cupboard to enlarge our bathroom, which is now much bigger.
Et puis, ces travaux, on
We also had to adapt our apartment. We installed hardwood floors and got rid of our large rugs and put in smaller ones to enable me to move about in my wheelchair.
pour en mettre de tout petits de façon à ce que je puisse me déplacer en fauteuil. Et au bureau, alors, nous avons demandé la possibilité d'acquérir un fauteuil.
As far as the office is concerned, we also asked for a special chair that would allow me to move around more quickly while carrying files and other documents because I need to get to the printer and the photocopier, and I need to get to the fax machine.
La photocopieuse.
I also need to bring files and other documents to the director's office.
Je dois apporter dans le bureau directorial des classeurs des pièces des relevés.
Whatever their story, whatever their age, whatever illness or accident they have sustained, everyone we met agreed. It's hard, very hard at the beginning, and it's not easy afterwards either. Yes, you have to find your bearings, but it is possible, and often with the help of loved ones or outside assistance, your confidence grows.
Things got better. But it was Sandrine, because she came to me one day. I think we had a talk. She made me understand that, well, I could live with being an amputee. Before that, I didn't want to think about it.
Why? Why? This kind of question we can always ask ourselves. Why me? Why not someone else? And why not me? It could happen to anyone, and it happened to me, and I'm obliged to adapt to the situation. We all have to adapt to whatever happens to us in life. The earth will not stop turning because we have a problem. We have to move forward in life.
Every morning is a hymn to life. I'm happy every morning when I get up. I say to myself, now for a good breakfast. And it's a superb new day. There will be people to meet, smiles to give, smiles to receive. Life is beautiful.
Sometimes it feels bad, but we have to. It wouldn't be normal. Otherwise, I'd be just like you.